What's up YouTube, Mark here from Steppers Division. Welcome to another video. Today we are talking about dub music again. So how to make your DAW settings to make analog dub music possible. That's exactly the topic today. But first of all, thanks for watching this video. We love to see the community growing. It's awesome to see you guys being so active on this channel. At the beginning of the year, we actually released a video how to make dub music in an analog way, and there were so many people asking about certain things. So right now we are in Logic, and yeah, those are the first steps. We are going to create a new channel. Then we're going to save the project right away. I'm always recommending to use dates in front of your folder names or project names because you never get lost. Alright, the next step is opening the audio MIDI settings. We are going to set up the interfaces. In our case, there are two interfaces which are linked together. You have to create a new device which you can name however you want. Let's say test IO. Then you can choose which devices are going to be linked into one interface, and then the computer can read it as one device. And Logic is already asking if we want to use this device. So this is just for testing purpose. I want to show you how this works. So creating a new test device, then you select which interfaces are going to be linked. Obviously you would click on use, but we got some presets done, so we click on don't use in our case, don't use. Then you can go to the preferences in Logic, to the audio settings, and then you can see somewhere here your just created new interface. In our case, the Scarlett and the Tascam. Alright, so the next step is going to be to open the Focusrite Control software, where we have to set everything on playback channels. The default settings are those custom mix settings, but we want a playback. Yeah, when this is done, then we can go away from the software, then it saves in the background. Now we can actually drag in all the prepared stems for our dub track. Use existing tracks, sample rate, everything good. Alright, this is how it looks like. This is a whole track which is split to each instruments. Some of them are linked together, for example the hi-hat and the shaker. Yeah. We're going to place them in the right order. So I go kick, snare, hi-hat, shaker, drum fills, piano. No, sorry, bass, piano. It really doesn't matter. You're going to choose how you want to place them. We love to work with color coding because you can right away see where is which instrument in the track. Then we got some standard settings, you know, which we are using, but I guess everybody's using his own. Yeah, after the color coding, we are going to create a new channel where we're going to record back what is coming from the analog mixer. So we got some presets, input 3 and 4 on the Scarlett. And yeah, basically you can just take some cables and plug it to the backside of the mixer and back to the inputs of the interface. So then we're going to name it record, like this. Now we can hit play, but we are not hearing anything because all faders on our analog mixer are still down. But we can immediately notice that all stems played together are clipping in the stereo output of Logic. This is because sometimes the stems are exported with, you know, the last limiter on the original master chain. So play together, they're very loud. When you want to send out stereo tracks, you can choose if they're stereo or mono. If you want to send out stereo tracks, you can only choose the stereo outputs of Logic. How exactly you're going to lay down your tracks on the analog mixer, it depends on you. I like to do it mono because then I got, for example, one fader for drums, let's say. So we set them to mono. Now we can choose for each channel of logic the analog outputs of your interface, set them to all to mono, and this is going to take a while, so I'm going to skip it. We got 12 tracks and only 10 outputs on the Scarlett, so that's why we got 2 interfaces linked. Now we have to be careful to choose the right outputs, which are not, 11 and 12, but 21 and 22 in our case. Now when we hit play, you can see nothing is clipping anymore. Yeah, and this is the sweet spot. This is exactly where we want to be. No clipping nowhere, and that's good. Yes, so now we set up a great session for the next video, where we're going to show you how to make your mixer settings, how to set up those stems, what we just created, how to send this project to your analog mixer and how to record it back. So stay tuned and see you in the next video.